Today I want to talk about my theory of who Flak is and where he comes from. For me, Flak is a godsend because ever since I was a little kid, I wanted to be able to have a skag in a Borderlands game. And now that that class is going to be a reality, I'd love to talk about my theory on who Flak might be. Patch on his shoulder, we know he's related to Axton somehow, and I have an idea in just how that might be. My idea is that Flak is Axton's turret. You know from the DLC in Borderlands, the pre-sequel, that Axton has talked about putting his turret on top of a robot before, and Gage has talked about giving his robot a personality. Though Flak doesn't look like a turret sitting on top of a robot and doesn't have the femme fatale personality Gage recommended, that doesn't necessarily mean that this is out of question. We do know that Gage was interested in turning Axton's turret into something more like a robot similar to Deathtrap, and we do know that Axton had and may still have relations with Ellie. Ellie being a mechanic and inventor much like Scooter and Moxie could mean that Gage and Ellie might have worked together to help create Flak for Axton. The patch on Flak's jacket may just be the patch from Axton's, or it may just be Axton's coat. As of the time of recording this, Axton hasn't shown up in any Borderlands 3 trailers yet. And to me, the fact that Flak has Axton's patch on his shoulder means this isn't a coincidence. I think Flak may see Axton as a father figure, and Axton may have just given Flak his coat as a hand-me-down. I also have a feeling that Flak's ability to control and possibly summon animals be Flak's own way of summoning a turret much like Axton, or summoning Deathtrap much like Gage. Another idea on the patch on Flak's shoulder may be that Axton's dead. Maybe Flak is his turret, and he took the coat off Axton because Axton died. We do know that Borderlands isn't afraid to kill off characters we used to play in the past. Though it may be strange for Axton to die before the game takes place, I wouldn't put it past them. Maybe Axton doesn't fit into the story, or maybe for Flak's story to make sense, if Flak really is Axton's turret, Axton needs to be out of the picture. Maybe that's Flak's sole reason for hunting down the vault, is because the person that he saw to be his father, Axton's dead. To me, and I'm not really sure why, I really think all the playable characters in Borderlands 3 will be connected to other playable characters from the past somehow. And if my theory on this is correct, and my theory on Mose is also correct, that may even mean that Flak and Mose are kind of like a brother and sister, which could be a sort of parallel to the Calypso twins. And there being enemies who are parallels to playable characters isn't anything new for the Borderlands games. Throughout Borderlands 1, the pre-sequel, and 2, and even a bit in Tales from the Borderlands, a lot of the villains that you fight are very similar to the characters we play as, and if the bad guys have a brother and sister, maybe the good guys will too. But instead of being twins, which is like the most direct way you can be a sibling to someone, Flak and Mose would be the least direct way, if both my theories are correct. I do have my doubts on this, but I cross my fingers and hope that I may be right. And I thought it could just be fun to come up with a theory on who Flak might be related to in the upcoming game. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one I make.